The command has been issued for those hooks to unlatch from space station. Umbilicals are retracting. The first set of hooks are starting to open. We are going to be regaining those live views of the Dragon spacecraft's departure very shortly. These loss of signals are expected and predicted. They are based on the satellites in orbit and those connections with ground systems here on Earth. And the first set of hooks on Dragon are open. One more set to go.
Station Houston on 2, first set of hooks are open. Dragon is committed to undock.
Station copy, thank you.
That was the capsule communicator Nicole Lewis here at Mission Control Houston, who is speaking with NASA astronaut Woody Hoburg aboard the International Space Station, letting him know that the first set of hooks have successfully detached and Dragon is now committed to undocking. And we have our live views back. We are now experiencing a sunset on orbit, which is why you see the screen dimming here.
Station Houston on 2, all hooks are open.
And copies.
And Dragon separation is confirmed.
Dragon separation is confirmed at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:05 a.m. Central Time over the Indian Ocean, 260 miles in altitude above Earth. You can see some beautiful views as the Dragon spacecraft is departing the International Space Station. The spacecraft...
Station Houston on 2, Dragon departure burn 0 is complete.
We copy separation complete. Thank you so much, Nicole, to the NASA team, the SpaceX team, and all the control centers throughout the world. It's an honor to have been a part of this mission. We did some great science, and thank you guys so much for the support.
And thank you for all your hard work to make all the science happen.
We heard some warm farewell remarks from NASA astronaut Woody Hoberg. He was on tap on the International Space Station to monitor the departure of the CRS-27 cargo spacecraft from the International Space Station. Correction, that was actually NASA astronaut Frank Rubio. Dragon successfully conducted a departure burn 0 that sent it directly away from the space station. That performed as planned, and next up is the departure burn 1. Together, both of these departure burns are going to enable the Dragon spacecraft to exit the keep-out sphere and the approach ellipsoid. Right now, the Dragon spacecraft is about 63 meters away from space station. Cameras on board space station are giving us these live views. We are about 2 minutes away from that departure burn 1. That is going to send the spacecraft further away from the space station. First, it is going to exit the keep-out sphere. This is an invisible line around the station. It is monitored very closely by flight controllers because it is so close to the station. It's used to govern vehicles approaching and leaving the station. It's about 200 meters in radius. After that is the approach ellipsoid. This is another invisible line around the station that serves as a marker to denote joint operations because of station safety. After the vehicle exits the approach ellipsoid, all operations are handed over to SpaceX Hawthorne teams. Right now, Dragon is flying autonomously, but space station teams are following it very closely because it is still very close to the space station. We are about halfway till we get to that first keep-out sphere. Depart burn 1 has been initiated. We are in an orbital nighttime, but you can still see the burn happening on the Dragon spacecraft right now. And the depart burn 1 has been complete and it performed nominally. Nominally means being performed as expected. All things are good.
Station Houston 2, departure burn 1 is complete.
Call, say again on 2, please.
Just a notification that Dragon departure burn 1 is complete.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much. Yep, it was a beautiful departure. Beautiful aurora out to the lower right as it was departing. Very nice.
Copy, sounds like a beautiful departure, and Dragon has also exited the keep out sphere.
Copy, thanks. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get a picture because it was just too dark out there, so you'll just have to believe us.
Darn, we've got a few people looking for good photos here on the ground.
That was NASA astronaut Frank Rubio speaking with capsule the capsule communicator Nicole Lewis. Confirming that the CRS-27 cargo spacecraft successfully conducted its departure burns and it exited the keep out sphere. Next up for Dragon is going to be exiting that approach ellipsoid. The approach ellipsoid provides 24 hours of safety if a vehicle happened to lose control. Dragon is still flying autonomously, but space station is following very closely, being that the sphere is close to the station. After it exits the approach ellipsoid, it is up to SpaceX teams to get Dragon home. However, NASA teams will be monitoring the entire time, being that we have very important science on board. Some experiments being returned to Earth are the nitrogen-oxygen recharge system, oxygen and nitrogen recharge tank assemblies. These are high-pressure gas tanks returning to the ground to ensure future spacewalks and payload support in the 2023-2024 timeframe. We are about 10 minutes away from that official exit of the approach ellipsoid. If you are just joining us, you are seeing live views of the SpaceX CRS-27 cargo spacecraft that departed the International Space Station at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:05 a.m. Central Time. It will be splashing down this evening off the coast of Tampa, Florida at 4:58 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:58 p.m. Central Time. CRS stands for Commercial Resupply Service Mission. This was SpaceX's 27th contracted commercial resupply service mission for NASA. It launched on March 15th aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where it delivered over 6,000 pounds of important supplies, hardware, and science investigations for the crew living and working aboard the International Space Station. You're seeing live views of mission control in Houston, where NASA teams are working closely alongside SpaceX's mission control team members in Hawthorne, California. We are just a couple minutes away from Dragon exiting what is called the approach ellipsoid. At that time, all operations are going to be handed over to SpaceX teams for them to get Dragon home safely. We have been providing live commentary and coverage during the undocking, but will not be providing commentary or views during descent and splashdown. However, you are able to track Dragon's progress on our blog at blogs.nasa.gov/spacestation. Even though our coverage will be ending after Dragon crosses that approach ellipsoid threshold, the spacecraft will conduct a few more burns before that official deorbit burn. That is currently scheduled for 4:08 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:08 p.m. Central Time. From there, it's just about a 50-minute journey to splashdown. Splashdown is going to take place off the coast of Tampa, Florida at 4:58 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:58 p.m. Central Time. Overall, it's going to take about 6 hours from the official undocking to splashdown. Dragon and Space Station are currently flying over the south of Australia and are about to enter a trajectory going from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean. We are about 3 minutes out from Dragon crossing the approach ellipsoid threshold. Teams just confirmed that they are seeing a safe trajectory towards that approach ellipsoid. We just received confirmation that the SpaceX CRS-27 cargo spacecraft has safe...
Station Houston 2 for Dragon status. Dragon is outside the approach ellipsoid and on a 24-hour safe free drift trajectory.
Control station copies. Thanks for the update.
No worries, and that's the last update for this event, so we'll just be in touch with everything else going on for the day.
All right, copy that, Nicole. Safe travels to the SpaceX 27 vehicle, and we'll be looking forward to a great splashdown in just a few hours.
We'll keep you posted.
And capsule communicator Nicole Lewis said it perfectly. The SpaceX CRS-27 cargo spacecraft has successfully departed the International Space Station. It has exited the approach ellipsoid, which signals the end of our joint operations. SpaceX mission control teams are going to take it from here. Splashdown is going to occur off the coast of Tampa, Florida this evening at 4:58 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:58 p.m. Central Time. We have been providing live commentary and coverage during Dragon's undocking, but will not be providing commentary or views during its descent and splashdown. However, you are able to track Dragon's progress on our blog at blogs.nasa.gov/space station. Thank you for joining us today. This is Mission Control Houston.